All right, commandment number 4 of internet marketing. Thou shalt not send traffic to a lousy website. All right, this seems obvious, but some people don't seem to get it. So here's the thing. Getting people to click on your ad is basically step 1 of the process. And while some people may be so impressed by your ad that they will decide to buy from you right then and there, most people want to go to a website, check you out, see what you offer, see if it feels right, if it looks right, if they like your vibe, if they like your offer. Maybe they go look at online reviews and things like that. And your website, or the place wherever you send traffic to after they click on your ad, that is one of the major keys, perhaps the major key, to taking that person from someone who is potentially interested in your product to definitely interested in your product, or at least strongly interested in your product, right? So you want to, on the timeline, you want to take your customers from, this ad, there's something about your ad that's interesting, that looks like it solves their problem, or there's something about your offer that seems like, yeah, maybe I need that, or maybe I want that, to that next step on the timeline on your website. You should now be clarifying what it is that you offer and why the customer needs and wants your product or service. And it should be building trust and confidence with the customer. Probably, going back to commandment number 2, of not confusing, it should be clear. So your website should be super clear about what you offer. Don't get carried away with trying to be too clever here. If your brand is clever, you can do more of that maybe, but on the whole, my recommendation is just be clear. Like, be really clear about what you offer. Be really clear. If you are different from your competitors, be really clear about what that difference is, so that people know why they would want to go with you. And if your only difference from your competitors is price, and then fine, that can be your difference. But if you offer something special or unique, there's something customers really love about you, then be very clear about that on your website. And then also, don't go too text heavy. Don't, I know with SEO, with trying to be found on Google, some people have a lot of copy on their website, and there's a time and a place to have a lot of text on your a lot of text on your website. The main page that people go to as soon as they click on an ad is probably not that place. So there's some tricks. You can have drop downs to hide some text and stuff like that. But on the whole, think in bullet points, right? Somebody's they're potentially still kind of in the very, very uncommitted phase. They're just potentially researching half a dozen different options right now. So when they scroll through your website kind of quick, it should be digestible bullet points is more the thing, the way to think about it. So it should be very clear, what problem you solve, why you solve it better than anybody else, and what the next step is. So you want a clear call to action. In most of my websites that I do for my customers, I have one call to action. It's get a free quote, or, because some of my clients are construction clients, so it's get a free quote, something like that. But basically, one button. You can do 2 buttons, and it's acceptable to have one that's kind of a secondary call to action. It's more of a, okay, if you want to research, click this button. If you're ready to get in touch with us, click that button. So that is an acceptable way to do it, but for most of my websites, I like to go single button. And I like just to be super clear that the next thing to do if you're interested in continuing on down this road is to click that next button to take you to the contact page, or whatever the next step is for that for that prospect to become a customer. So make it easy to understand what the problem is that you solve, how you solve it, and what the next step is for that customer. So it's all about clarity, okay? So being interesting and fun and clever, that's fine. If you want to do that, but do not sacrifice clarity.